Welcome to week 5 of the AC Crew. What's going on? You got Chad and Adam here. Rough week again for the Bears.
The Bears, that's why we switch it up. You may not notice. We noticed,
We gotta
though.
try something new.
Had to switch seats. Little Bears talk coming up, but
Yeah.
immediately you just think about that Carolina game, and definitely one that we should have had.
I mean, we're killing in the first half. I don't know what's going on. We played good against Green Bay in the first half. We played good against Carolina in the first half. We're just not getting it done. I really thought we had the Carolina game under wraps.
The defense played so well in that first half.
Then they fell off.
Then they just fell off. Especially, I was worried. The biggest part of the game, worried about was Cam being able to run. You know, sometimes we struggle with the running quarterbacks. Wilson, even Rodgers has some mobility, and Cam he didn't look like himself. Doesn't look like he's.
No, he's still having injury issues. He's not ready to run the ball.
Yeah, and I mean they still beat us, and I was surprised. I think they're at their fourth string running back, so that's disheartening.
Rough. Well, for me, I don't know whether to blame coaching staff or the team. I noticed second half our offense was a lot more conservative. We weren't taking the deep shots like we were. Alshon had the great streak catch. We stopped picking the shots, and our defense relaxed a little bit. They started picking us apart. Cam was just slinging it down the field.
The middle of the field was open consistently. We were backing off the receivers a little bit, not really playing that aggressive Bears defense that we played in the first quarter and a half.
No, and this lack of pass rushers is really killing us. Jared Allen has not been what I hoped for. I really kind of thought it'd be an upgrade from Pep, but I'm kind of wishing we had Julius back.
Yeah, I mean, Peppers had the nice return to the house.
Oh, he did. He did just return a touchdown.
Yep. So he's been getting after it. Great guy to have in the locker room. Not saying that Allen isn't, but it's just money management. I mean, you just try to do what's best for your team, and right now it's not looking like it. But there's a lot of games left.
That's true. And we got Ratliff, who's been injured. He should be coming back.
Willie.
Yeah. Willie's killing it. I love the dance. Reels him in.
He's fishing.
He is probably definitely our best defensive lineman right now.
No, without a doubt.
And I would put him over our linebacker core as well, including Briggs, who's played a lot better this year.
Yeah. How about some fantasy tips for this week?
Fantasy tips. A lot of pickups this week. A lot of pickups. I would say we could do like a position by position sort of pickup.
Yeah, definitely.
Week, really.
Big week. You got another week of waivers. People are getting picked up, getting dropped, depending on matchups.
Yeah, we got a couple buys this week. I know the Saints are at least one team on bye. Maybe are the Chiefs on bye?
Chiefs are on bye, yep.
So there's definitely some of you guys might be needing some pickups. Your 2 quarterback leagues, me and Adam both do 2 QB leagues. Quarterback's getting tough. I know I picked up, this is a deep guy, Zach Bentenberger, who still isn't sure to start for the Titans, but...
Yeah, had the most yards in preseason in passing, 6'5", just nice pro frame, staying in the pocket a little different than Locker.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming out of LSU, so he comes from a good team. As far as how much I like him as a quarterback, not much other than the fantasy points.
You got to take what you can get.
Yeah, running back's a lot more optimistic. Adam, we got Oliver, and there's another guy you really like.
Yep, we got Oliver. Obviously Hillman. Just a great pickup
Broncos.
because you have Ball being out for a couple weeks. We have Williams from the Giants, who I really expect big things this week and the next couple of weeks from him. Just a hard runner. He's got a lot of carries last week. There's good guys.
Yeah, and these are all young guys too, so it's a lot of potential. I mean, the guy I really like was Oliver from the Chargers, who they say looks a lot like Darren Sproles. He had over 100 yards passing and receiving last week. And they got another matchup. They got a matchup against Oakland this week. So Oliver's my favorite running back to pick up, and Andre Williams is a close second. The Giants.
Yeah,
Giants
definitely. And then you have wide receivers this week. I know we've heard all about Allen Robinson.
And he's on my list again this week. He's still available.
You're trying to get people to.
Well, I mean, he gets the targets. You got to like that. He doesn't catch all of them. But he had 11 targets last week. I think for the second game where he's had double-digit targets. And I believe they're playing Tennessee this week. So that's a favorable matchup. I like Allen Robinson. Another guy who we also talked about before, Sanu from
Yeah.
Cincinnati, and we just
And
found out about AJ Green.
AJ
getting hurt
Green
too. Yep.
potentially being out multiple weeks now. Sanu, that's potentially a big pickup there.
Yeah, I didn't even put that together till just now. The AJ Green out, so that adds a little more to him.
Yeah, definitely going to have some numbers. There's other, good wide receivers sprinkled in. A lot of, waiver week pickups. Don't freak out too much on a wide receiver. There's a couple guys out there that can step up, that can make some plays.
Yeah, a lot of other guys. Ruben Randall's another name I'd throw out if he's still there. I think he's a must-have.
Yeah.
What about tight ends? There's a couple tight ends. Do you have anybody that you can think of?
Tight ends right now. I've seen Zach Ertz actually available in a couple leagues online with different people talking about it. You've got to scoop him up. He's about to have a huge second half of the year. Just a young guy, definitely the top pass-catching tight end on their team. And then you have from Tampa Bay, Austin
Safari Jenkins?
Yeah, Safari Jenkins. He, with Evans out potentially this week, he's going to see some targets. Last week he dropped 2 balls that would have gotten him some long yard gains, and so obviously you don't want that. But he's getting those targets, and he's just a freak of an athlete.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay is getting better. I think they made the right decision moving from McCown. I got other couple guys. I know Reed, who's been injured for Washington. He's probably been dropped in a couple of your leagues. He's either going to play this week or next week. He's definitely somebody you want to look about picking up. I think that's it on tight ends. We can also actually go to a kicker. We got a kicker pickup for you guys. After your bye weeks and stuff, people have been dropping kickers. You might be able to get a better name. But hey, if you're projected to be within 1-2 points of your matchup, kicker could make the difference. I mean, Dawson just scored like 20 points this last week.
Yeah, I'd throw in 2 kickers actually. You have Prater on the Lions, just got signed. I'd say go out and grab him if you don't have a top 3 kicker. Lions are going to score. He's reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the guy that replaced him, McManus.
7th round pick. He's a rookie. Yeah.
With Denver. So pick up one of those 2. And defense-wise, San Diego's a great defense to have this week. Again, they have a good matchup. And then, obviously, you have the regulars, but...
Yeah, the Lions are somebody that they're probably picked by some teams. They've got a matchup against Minnesota who's terrible. The Broncos I picked up a week ago. They're probably not available still. That's just a lot of weekly matchups on your defenses.
Definitely. So, hope you guys can use some of that advice. Hopefully get us a victory in your league. Maybe in the coming weeks, let us know. We're going to move on to the Illini. Big news, Elijah Thomas said that he's going to decide on October 21st, and just came out yesterday actually to the Daily Illini reporter who interviewed him, said that Illinois is still his leader as of now. I know there's 2 weeks to go, but that's still got to be positive for Illini Nation.
Yeah, and it's basically us or Oklahoma State, right? I know he had SMU on his list.
Yep.
And some other
he's got 5 teams going to take all of his visits. He likes the popularity, but it's going to be down between us 2. His best friend is deciding on October 15th between SMU or Oklahoma State. And so if he goes to Oklahoma State, Illini Nation should get a little bit more nervous. That would be, 2 of his best friends are at Oklahoma State. It's going to be hard to pull him away from that. But, we'll see. So right now, pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
Recruiting, or at least looking into a JUCO point guard. Just came out yesterday, said the Illini were in to see him. And then also Marcus Lovett Jr. from Chicago. Kansas is really putting on a full court press for him. It's supposed to be the number 2 recruit in Illinois, and I know the coaches.
What year is this guy? Is he class of 15?
Yep, he'll be a senior.
Okay.
So, and then Illinois football, Chad.
Well, I want to backtrack real quick. Carlton Bragg, I think we brought up.
Yeah.
He's a 5-star. What's the word on?
Yeah, Carlton. We had the in-home visit with him that we talked about last week. He was with Coach Gross, and then as of right now, he's a spring commit.
So that'll be a while.
Yeah, so it'll be a while, but we're definitely sitting pretty good with him.
That's good to hear. I like the 5 stars. Illinois football's our next thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the 125 years
of losing to Purdue.
Oh man, it's rough.
We gave up 532 yards in the first 3 quarters. Beckman, bye. Like, you're gone. I know that's not all you, and I will continue to support the team. But
what do you say the other day? If they win out, we're like
hey,
9-3.
if we went out, we're 9-3, and then he said also, at least we're not 0-6. I mean, that's just a sign of a coach
What do you say?
that knows he's done.
What can he say? And honestly, if we had a replacement, he'd be axed by now. With Lunt out, it'd be safe to fire him because you don't got to worry about the team ended up winning 6 games, going 9-3 actually. You don't have to worry about looking bad for trying to get rid of the guy.
Definitely. Let's go into some final thoughts. My final thoughts going to revolve around 2 questions actually that we got in the past week. The first one would be from Kevin. He said, would I trade, as a Bears fan, a first-round draft pick for Tom Brady right now? My answer would be no. I think first round's pretty high. I don't think he offers, that huge of a leap over Cutler.
No, and there's a learning curve.
And then, financially speaking, wouldn't make sense. But it's a pretty good question. If it's a third-round pick or so, you're definitely starting to think about it.
Oh, absolutely. I would do it for a second-round pick, even just throwing a competition.
Yeah, and then the other question from Max Schmitz, who, he asked why baseball's popularity's gone down. And it's a great question. The NFL's the #1 league, popularity now. Part of that, I think, may revolve around more people can go to those games. A little faster pace. Once a week, you kind of make your schedule around like that football week, that football game of your team, where baseball's every game. Kind of gets monotonous here and there. So those are a couple quick things. I know, marketing and all sorts of factors go into that, but those are some quick ideas.
Yeah, too many games, too long for me. My final thought would probably go to, we got a couple things that just happened recently. One upcoming one happened yesterday. 2K15 just hit the markets. Definitely looking to scoop that one up. Oh yeah, working on a shot. Read a couple reviews, good things for all you gamers out there. Probably pick it up. I'm hearing good stuff. And the next thing on November 10th, I think it is, first time in 20 years, Pink Floyd has a new album dropping. So I'll be checking it out. Stephen Hawking is actually credited as a vocalist on this, so that's getting a little crazy.
Pink Floyd. I'm going to Time Flies on the 11th.
Pink Floyd, dude, they're pretty close.
There you go. Hey, same genre almost.
Yeah, so we'll go to our video of the week here. It's not quite Pink Floyd, but a little Lloyd. Yeah, get up there.
Pink Floyd, Brandon Lloyd. We'll see you next week.